decided that this encounter amount to a Fourth Amendment seizure, it would likely also find that it was an unreasonable and therefore unconstitutional detention.
I'm not dealing with you. You already done pissed me off. Okay. You already took too far. You still want to like, all right then. Y'all don't want to hear. You ain't got nothing to say to me. I ain't got nothing to say to you. That's how that goes.
Okay. Sorry for your loss.
Have a good day.
You too.
The body camera footage from this encounter went viral, and on October 15, 2022, the Longview Police Department released a statement on its Facebook account that read, quote, "We understand there's a video circulating that has caused anger and disappointment. All Longview police officers are expected to discharge their duties with honor and integrity. The Longview Police Department is conducting a review of the incident and behavior of the officer involved." On October 19, 2022, Captain Brandon McNew issued a warning letter to Officer Mora notifying him that he violated department policy and engaged in unnecessary escalation during his interaction with Mr. Swaggerty Owens. In the letter, Captain McNew wrote that Officer Mora's conduct demonstrated, quote, "a lack of emotional intelligence," and that he improperly used de-escalation tactics when he approached Mr. Swaggerty Owens. Captain McNew also stated that Officer Mora's actions reflected unfavorably on the department, and Officer Mora was ordered to retake de-escalation tactics and emotional intelligence training and explain what he learned in a presentation to his patrol team. In response to the disciplinary action against Officer Mora, Mr. Swaggerty Owens told a local news outlet that the department's written warning wasn't enough, stating that to him, the punishment was a quote-unquote slap on the wrist. It is unknown if Mr. Swaggerty Owens filed an official complaint or if he intends to pursue any sort of legal action. Overall, Officer Mora gets a C-, because although he chose not to further escalate the situation by using force or arresting or citing Mr. Swaggerty Owens for one of the offenses he falsely claimed he was committing, he maintained an aggressive and hostile demeanor throughout the encounter, harassed Mr. Swaggerty Owens for clearly innocuous behavior, and potentially seized him without reasonable suspicion in violation of the Fourth Amendment. Officer Mora also demonstrated an alarming lack of knowledge about Washington's criminal statutes, as he incorrectly asserted that Mr. Swaggerty Owens had violated both the reckless burning and obstruction statutes when he had not. Further, while the Constitution would have allowed Officer Mora to engage in a consensual encounter with Mr. Swaggerty Owens to investigate the burning candles, I question why Officer Mora's involvement in the situation was necessary in the first place, when Mr. Swaggerty Owens was clearly not engaged in any criminal behavior. And despite Officer Mora's assertions otherwise, I believe that it was entirely evident upon observation alone that Mr. Swaggerty Owens was mourning after the vigil. This interaction demonstrates how officers can overstep their legal authority when they take on themselves to attempt to monitor and control the non-criminal activities of citizens. Mr. Swaggerty Owens gets an A for calmly but firmly refusing Officer Mora's unlawful demands for identification, maintaining a peaceful demeanor while still asserting his rights and expressing his dissent with Officer Mora's actions, and filming the encounter to ensure that Officer Mora's conduct was recorded. Although it should have been Officer Mora's job, at several instances in the encounter, Mr.